So that's my story for Pakistan. And half of my team are from Pakistan. I told you earlier, I've been desified. I know all your food. I can say ye khana bahut acha. Chalo chalo mere betiye, when I was with the girls. So, alhamdulillah. This is just to show you that sometimes in life, all the time, right? This whole life is a test. So you alternate between shukr and sabr. Shukr and sabr. For me, I think my test is easier to recognize when it's difficult, because you know it's a test, right? But when you're having everything smoothly going for you, your health, your family, this is when you fail, at least for me, to say thank you, Allah. You forget this is everything in our lives, even our eyelashes, our eyebrows, our lung that is healthy, the air, the sky, and the birds, everything is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for listening, and thank you, Uzma, for creating this opportunity. May Allah bless you for being here, for your intention. And inshallah, from this, it will lead to something even more beautiful that GiveLight can grow. Because if you think of the needs, 153 million orphans in the world. Can you even put that number in your head? I need 100 lifetimes to even touch maybe 10% of that. But I don't stop because it's overwhelming. Even if you change one life, right? In the Quran, Allah says, if you change one life, as if you have saved the entire humanity. And if you take one soul, as if you have killed the entire humanity. So I go back to that and I said, Allah will not ask me for everything, but what have I done with my time in this world? How have I used it? With my intellect, with my health, with my youth. So that motivates me. And when I see people in this gathering, I get inspired. And our children have grown, the one in Aceh, we have 7 children, graduated from college, and 3 have gotten married. And they get back, and they actually got scholarship. One boy got scholarship all the way to Al Azhar, by the way. Yeah. He graduated with honor from Usuluddin. So he is an expert in tafsir of Quran, and he's now a teacher in one of the big schools in Indonesia. And one of the girls, when I was there 2 Ramadan, not last Ramadan before that, she's mashallah, so well behaved, so smart. Whenever I come home, she has like this big binder of all the certificates that she's won and trophies, right? And when I was there, one day she disappeared. I said, where is Samha? Her name is Samha. She's been crying and bawling in her room for 2 hours because she got accepted to one of the best universities in science and technology on full scholarship. Wow. And she memorized 10 juz of the Quran. I'm not done with her achievement yet. She won, there is a competition, national competition of Quran, not to recite, but not to read, but to recite from memory. So 10 juz of the Quran, she goes in front of the judges. 500 universities participated, 2,400 students. She won the 3rd place. She was sad because she wanted to do the 1st or 2nd. I said, don't worry. Even in my eyes, you're already a champion. Like, imagine 10 juz of the Quran, and they read one ayah, and she continued. Subhanallah, right? So stories like that gives me, it's like food for my soul. SubhanAllah. And I was sharing this hadith with Uzma last night. We know about the one that says you and the caretaker of orphans will be like this in Jannah. We all know that. There's another hadith that says if you touch the hair of the orphans, Allah will bless you with as many hair that you have touched. And you cannot count the number of hair in just one head. So when I go travel, I would hug the children. And one girl would say, the way you hug me is the way my mother used to hug me. And I walk with them. I take them hiking, for example. Right? They say, oh, you have held her hand for 5 minutes. It's my turn. Subhanallah. They don't want gifts. They just want your love. They want your attention. Just like your children. What do they crave for the most? Is love. Right? And when you give that, wherever I go, people surround me with love. I cannot explain to you. Strangers will come to me and say, I love you for the sake of Allah. And people invite me to sleep at their home. I've never even met them. They open their entire house for me. And I tell you, when I work in corporate, I would stay in the most luxurious hotels, but I would be lonely. I eat by myself. Now I go, I stay with the poorest of people. They give me everything, and I feel so attached to them. And they say, love the poor so that Allah will love you. I don't want to ruin your appetite.
No, you just wait.
But look at the blessings that we have, right? You come, and I tell people, what can you give when I go to school? I said, what can $1 buy you when you go to Starbucks? Tell me. Can you buy something for $1 in the US, in Canada? But you give $1 that will feed a child for 3 meals in Pakistan, in Indonesia, in Bangladesh. And I trust you, and I don't have to convince you of the value of helping orphans. Our own Prophet ﷺ was an orphan. So we always love him, right? I love him the most. But through this work, I feel that, inshallah, I have a shot at Jannah to sit next to him, inshallah.
Inshallah. Ameen.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's enjoy our breakfast, inshallah.